of view, there's a lot of activity in pushing a green agenda.
Absolutely.
And, you find yourself asking the question of, is it working?
Yeah.
Are people actually making sort of true headway? And we're actually going to be joined, I don't know if we've got her already lined up, by Lesley Marr, who's actually Sustainability Director at Broadcast Production Services. And Lesley's going to give us a little bit of an insight into actually the sustainability efforts that Broadcast Services are actually driving. And Lesley, thank you very much for joining us. Good afternoon.
Hi there, good afternoon everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
So, Lesley, I was just giving you a little intro, and we just previously actually heard a lot about how sustainability is going to be featured as part of the IBC conference. So tell us what sustainability means to you and your team at BPS.
Sure. I think I'm probably as old as IBC is, which is quite frightening, actually. However, I've worked across the whole supply chain of film and TV throughout my career, and what I love is that I continue to learn things, and to be successful, I think in us all being greener means a massive shift to new ways of working. And obviously, that's continued learning for everyone. At BPS and NXTGEN BPS, we sell products that will drive that change. And it's great that we can make a difference to the industry. And we really feel that, we want to drive that through with the products that we offer. We're looking at greener products that we can get onto the market. We're doing a lot of research on that. We're working with manufacturers as well. And I joined BPS only just over a year and a half ago to actually up their sustainability product range and to look at new products to bring to the market, and also to look at the business and how it operates to ensure that we were actually a very sustainable business ourselves. We deliver an electric van and all those little things that make quite a big difference to a business that, I think is really important for everyone to be doing at the moment.
Right, and we hear a lot from broadcasters and service providers talking about net zero. How does that actually manifest itself in the choices that they make when it comes to tech supply?
So I think it's interesting. It's a really good question, because the desire is there. The desire to make that change, and I think particularly with major broadcasters, they've set some really good net zero goals, and those goals are filtering down through their organisations, and then obviously informing their buying decisions, which is really good. But it is a really big challenge. It involves considering your entire operation, forensically analysing how you process media, how you deliver your technology, how you film things, how you everything, the whole sort of side of the supply chain. So it's a big thing, and I think we've all been through this before with changes in our industry. We've worked from HD to SD to HD. We've moved from tape to file. So it's we're no stranger to this, but actually, it's probably a bigger change than people realise, and that there's a fair bit to do. But we started on the road to that, and people are well on their way to that. I think budgets play a part, and finance plays a part, and that is possibly a bit challenging for some people. But we need to move to those sustainable products, and we also need more products in the market to make that happen.
Absolutely. And, I think it's quite interesting, actually. I was asking you the question sort of when we chatted before about, are green products more expensive than sort of traditional pieces of technology?
Yeah. So actually, I when you first asked me that, I kind of was like, maybe, and then I thought, no, I probably need to do a bit of research on this. And actually, I think now it's a bit of a myth, because initially, yes, it was. But probably in the last 2 years, I would say, prices have come down, and because the technology has evolved. And I think a really good example of that is lighting. So lighting manufacturers now, the cost has come down enormously, actually, with LED and bringing those kind of lighting in, and people looking at their sort of how they use different lighting as opposed to the traditional bulb lights. And so actually the cost is pretty good on that. If you look at, you know, one of our sort of big flagship products, you know, battery generators, so pure green battery generators for on-set location work. If you compare that to a diesel generator, it's the upfront cost is bigger for a battery, obviously, but the life of that product ends up being a lot more cost effective. You know, you don't have any fuel costs, you don't have any maintenance costs, and even things like cable runs are shorter because they're silent, you can put the batteries right near the action on set. So effectively, you know, in the longer term, and actually it's not that long, you know, within a couple of years, you know, you're paying back. So people kind of just need to think about that a bit differently. Obviously, manufacturers do have maybe slightly higher production costs if they're looking for using more recyclable products in their products and the way that they build them. That requires research, and obviously those things do cost a bit more money and might impact the price. But you know, they often have to get more certifications and standards. But again, all of that is evolving, and it's great that everyone's sort of starting to pull together, and we're seeing some better offerings around that.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I mean, and just so important. And I'm sure sort of when, you know, the BPS team and sort of everyone else get together at IBC, there'll be lots of sort of debates and discussions about how you can kind of further that sort of movement. I'm going to move on, Lesley, because we're kind of fairly tight on time. And just wanted to say thank you for joining, and really, really look forward to sort of hearing more about this and actually sort of seeing how you guys do with it. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
And sort of rounding